Cheers. So, how about that Wild game today, eh? Holy crap. And also, welcome back. My name is Jacob. I really haven't done a whole lot of these as of recently, Wild recaps. But, well, let's just say this upcoming, so far, this last couple weeks stretch has been, like, just crazy, crazy, crazy busy with sports and work and all this and that and the other thing. And holy moly. That and also, too, with the Wild coming up, too, I'm kind of waiting for the playoffs to really begin in order for me to really get after it and all that stuff. So, oh, yeah, and also not to mention, too, the Timberwolves are in the play-in round against the LA Clippers on Tuesday. So, good luck, fellas. Probably watching the Bulls game tonight here, or at least kind of following a little bit of it. And, yeah, I mean, like I say, this is primarily just kind of a quick recap on what's been happening in the Minnesota sports world, because, again, it's been heckin' crazy around here. So, well, first up, let's go ahead and talk about the Wild. The Wild are now 44-21-6 after going 2-1-1 on the last road trip, including getting our cheeks clapped in by Nashville. I don't know. Like, I just don't know what it is with us against Nashville, but we just can't seem to get it done, no matter how hard we try. And then St. Louis, we were up 3-1 and ended up losing it in overtime. But I mean, hey, 44-21-6. We're on our way to clinching another playoff berth, which honestly I think at this point, if we don't make the playoffs, that'd be some unfortunate miracle, I guess, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I mean, 44-21-6. And let's go ahead and talk about today's game against the LA Kings at home. Holy wow. I mean, holy wow. The Wild, literally, where do I even begin with this one? The Wild were down 3-0 after about 10 minutes in the game. Like, within 8 to 10 minutes in the game, the Wild were down 3-0. 3-0, including a shorthanded goal against, a power play goal, and just some stroke of the puck that went underneath Fleury that he wants back. And I'm not going to lie, at that point I'm sitting back here going, great. This is going to be one of those days, isn't it? Then Kaprizov scores on a power play goal. Then Boldy scores. And I'm like, so at the end of one, we're down 3-2. And I'm like, holy crap, are we about to do this? And then the second period happens, and holy mama. 3 goals by, let's see here. It was Zuccarello, the captain, and Moose. Ended up with 3 goals in the second period there. And basically it was, never looked back from there. I mean, holy crap. Because we ended up 5-3 after 2. And then Bugey, with a beautiful feed from Middleton, gets it into the net. Well, let me rephrase that, off a rebound from Middleton, because Middleton hit a lot of pipe, and then Bukestad just happened to be right there and tipped it in. And then right at the same time, Duhaime and Lemieux ended up going at it, and good, because F. Brendan Lemieux. I don't think I'm in the minority by saying that here. But, anyway. Yeah, he's one of those pest roles, kind of like a Trent Frederick is, or in a way, a lesser version of like a Brad Marchand, or, even a Tom Wilson with like half the talent, I guess. But anyway. Still, I mean, All said and done, though, 6-3 to go to 44, 21, and 6 overall. And, yeah, I mean, we're still right in the competition for, second overall. I mean, obviously, Colorado's way out of the picture at this point. But, again, we'll see what they actually look like come playoff time, though. But, yeah, I mean, that'll pretty much conclude that. And, yeah, well, like I say, I mean, the Timberwolves have been looking really good as of recently. The only thing I will say is, good God, our defense, the Timberwolves' defense is just basically non-existent. But, to be fair, though, I mean, Cat has looked great. I mean, we've had contributions from guys like Vanderbilt, Noel, I mean, Beverly's looked really good. Granted, D'Lo and those guys have been out for a few games here, but I really don't think we missed a beat too much there offensively. But, again, our defense is just... That's something that's got to be looked at, especially going into Tuesday against the Clippers. Where all of a sudden, I mean, with Kawhi coming back, Paul George coming back, I mean, they're all of a sudden a hot team, 4-0-0 in the month of April so far. So, again, another team you can't take lightly. And then the Twins opened up their first, few games of the season here. And, well, let's just say the first 2 days, very, very painful. I mean, we ended up losing 2-1 on Friday. Ended up losing 4-3 yesterday. After we literally had the lead going into the top of the ninth. After Buxton just skied a homer to put us up 4-3 at that point. With, I believe it was Crawford on base or something. I can't exactly remember who else was on base there, but yeah, I mean, it was just... Yeah, I mean, we just got out-pitched and we just couldn't get the bats going. And then today, the Twins ended up winning. It was like 10-6 or 10-4 or something like that. But holy crap. The bats woke up today, thankfully. But again, the pitching still scares the bejesus out of me outside of like the main pitchers. But... Again, it's the same issues that have plagued the Twins over the last couple seasons. They get runners in scoring position, but they just can't get it done. Like, they strand so many on base. Like, even if they were to send in 3 or 4 out of, like, the 10 or so that end up on base, it's like, I mean, that'd be a completely different game. But then today, they finally got going and all that stuff, so... Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, very, very busy time in the the world of Minnesota sports. And, yeah, or at least the Minnesota sports that I follow. But, yeah, and, well, just kind of see what ends up happening here, because both the Wild and the Timberwolves are about to go into playoff territory here, so... Boy, it's kind of nice to actually say the Timberwolves are going to at least the play-in round. Good God, only the second time in the last 17 freaking years. Yeah, by the way, did I mention the Timberwolves were... Yeah. I think I'm safe. I think I'm not the only one that says it's just like... There's a reason why a lot of this stuff gets bought and consumed. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, yeah, no, I mean, that'll basically kind of wrap up this update here. And, like I say, I mean, I'll probably be sure to make some more Minnesota sporting videos once we actually get into the playoffs, especially with the NHL and kind of how all that, goes into play here, as well as stay tuned for when the schedule gets revealed for the Minnesota Vikings. Kind of break that down game by game here because, boy, it's going to be, it's going to be interesting here because... The Minnesota Vikings take on the AFC and NFC East this year, including home games against teams like the Patriots, I think we also host the Jets. And then we host, I want to say it's like the Giants and stuff like that too. But anyway, like I say, I'll be sure to kind of do a game-by-game breakdown here. And, because, yeah, it's going to be another tough season for the Vikings. But such is life for, the Vikings. I mean. But, yeah, like I say, that'll wrap everything up here. And like I say, stay tuned for more updates, basically. So until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good day.